Welcome, my Shiba holders. Listen, it's been a while since I made a Sheep video. It's 10 months to a year probably, but I feel like Sheep deserves to be in the spotlight once again on this channel. So we're going to give it a chance. We're going to give it a chance. If this video absolutely flops, then this may be the last time I ever upload Sheep. If it does decent, okay, or obviously good, then I will continue to upload. If it does decent, I probably will at least give it 2 to 3 more videos. If it does good, great, or excellent, then who knows? This might be the coin I might be doing videos on every single day. It's just all up to the support and the views. Because at the end of the day, I'm here to change the most amount of lives and help the most amount of people. So that only makes the most amount of sense to do, is to do videos that get views. Anyways, listen, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about the one and only beloved Sheep. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right away that Sheep is better than Doge. Now, you might be thinking, well, Dogecoin is much higher. And yes, that is true. But you have to realize the difference between Sheep and Doge is, yes, Doge is way more popular and such. But when it comes to the actual mechanics of the crypto, Dogecoin has permanent inflation. It does not have a fixed supply. Okay. Once again, it does not have a fixed supply. It has 5 million coins every single year printed. Shiba does not. Okay. Shiba is just whatever we have is what we have. So that's the beauty about Shib, is there's no inflation like Dogecoin. Okay. And the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, you got to realize, we're ranked 21 out of 9,496 active cryptos. We're at 7.3 billion market cap. We have 150 million volume in the last 24 hours. You guys got to realize we also have 1.5 million followers, or not followers, holders. 1.5 million holders, a little bit more than that. In Sheep, this may be a dark horse. You might think a dark horse. Yes, because this may be the crypto that overtakes Dogecoin. Now, you think I'm joking. I'm not. When we go to when we go to Coin Market Cap and we look at the meme section, we can see Dogecoin is the Bitcoin of meme coins. But because it's going to take more and more money every single year to maintain its price and to go up higher and higher, Dogecoin will eventually fall off. And there is going to be a new number one. There is. And right now, Sheep has the best lead. It is almost 2 times higher than Pepe. It's pretty much 3.5 times higher than Meme Core and Pengu. And it's like, way higher than Bonk and Trump and etc. We're not going to go through those coins. And, it is also a dog coin. So that's the thing, people. Sheep can overtake Doge. Now, is it going to happen this cycle? Hard to say. Most likely, no. But even after the cycle, once we start crashing and etc., that's where it might start overtaking it, right? The early to mid transition for the next cycle is where Sheep could overtake Doge, and Sheep could become the Bitcoin of meme coins. Okay. And this is not a joke. At the end of the day, this is just mainly down to the Doge's mechanics that it has, with the fact that it prints new coins every year. Ladies and gentlemen, the time to get serious is now. The next few months are going to be the most crucial time of your lives. Okay. We're going to have crypto exploding, and this is the time to get a portfolio review, right? You got to make sure you have the right cryptos. You don't want any old or dead coins, or you don't want anything that can give you little profits, right? So we provide a portfolio review. We've also been smashing it with the high probability meme coins. We hit an 11x, an 8x, and 5.5x in recent times. We also provide a weekly report on the crypto data, on the crypto analysis, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, on other altcoins as well. You get all this and a bunch more other benefits. Highly recommend joining the private community. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some money. And yeah, people, this is such a exciting concept for something like Sheep. When we go and look at the technical analysis, ladies and gentlemen, we can see we have a nice zone over here, right? And the reason why I'm going back all the way here is so you guys can see that every time we have a nice type of zone, let's say generally here, we are consistently rising. The zone is consistently rising, right? It may just be by a little bit, right? We have bottoms here. This whole zone is in general higher than this zone here. And then this zone here in general is higher than this zone down here. You know, so Shib can do even something like this. It could sell off even temporarily, go back down here, but it most likely won't go out of this green box. Okay, so the floors on the higher time frame are consistently getting higher and higher and higher, which is what we love to see. Now we can see, ladies and gentlemen, Shib actually has a pretty nice trend line right over here. We have something like this, more or less. And we can see, ladies and gentlemen, once we start breaking out, I mean, it is going to be absolutely fabulous. Okay, and we can see the time is running out very, very slowly. We can even do something like this. Now, this is a little bit, actually, no, this is decently accurate. It doesn't have to be 100%, right? We can see that we are consistently raising the floor and we are running out of time. On the short term, because the weekly does look bad, I do think we can go down roughly 10 to 15%, kind of stay within this triangle box, maybe dip temporarily below. But ultimately, you know, for this whole cycle, it is indicating that Shib is going to start pumping massively because we are running out of space, you know, within the 4-year time frame, right? We're running out of space. With the way the trend line is going, with the way this trend line is going, we are running out of space and we have to make a decision. And with where Bitcoin's at, where, you know, crypto's at, with the adoption, with the amount of money we expect over the next couple of months, even potentially up to 6 to 9 months, you know, I believe Shib is going to break out very, very soon. And I do ultimately believe, ladies and gentlemen, that this is going to be some of the last times that you're going to be able to get Shib at these types of prices. Yes, short term, maybe a little bit lower, but generally, you know, we are running out of space. You can see, even if we just take this triangle here, right, we still don't have too much wiggle room. We have to start making decisions soon. We have to start making decisions within the next few short weeks. So if you're looking to be buying Shib, although I am not a financial advisor, and you should always do your own research, anywhere from now and even down, let's see, how much is this in terms of percentage? Anywhere down to the next 15%, in my personal opinion, are going to be fantastic times to be accumulating Shib for the final time in these prices. We can see, ladies and gentlemen, when we go to something like the 3-month, the 3-month is looking to reverse. When we go to something like the 6-month, yes, it is not the prettiest, but we still have a few months left. We can see that there is also a lot of resistance and rejection, but we are creating consistent higher floors. We can see we have a bottom over here and we have a higher bottom over here. So what does that mean? Well, that means we are raising the floor, which means a pump should be happening sooner than later. And with the evidence that I just showed you earlier, it really does suggest that, you know, time is truly ticking, right? Time is truly ticking, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this box in the short term, we do not have a lot of wiggle room and space, right? This box over here, kind of when we do something like this, you know, this is probably a little bit more accurate like this, right? We could go temporarily down a little bit, like I said, 10, 15% at most. But then also the fact that we are running out of space out of this 4-year type of trend really does mean the time for altcoins, the time for meme coins, the time for Shib is ultimately going to be really, really soon. And we only have maximum a few weeks that we can, you know, kind of delay it. So yeah, that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. In terms of price prediction, for me, we should be easily this cycle, and even if it would flop, take out these highs over here. And that would be kind of a flop in my opinion, right? Which would be roughly a 3.75x. I do ultimately believe we will be taking out these highs, which from this would be, if we go like this, would be a 7x, a little bit more than a 7x from these current prices. And since we have so much foundation, I actually do believe that there's a very, very strong chance that we will be looking to be expanding at least to the 1.1 or sorry, the 1.6 or the 2.2 zone at the bare minimum this cycle. And of course, if we do that, that would be somewhere up here. Now, in terms of market cap, that would be, let's go like this, right? Let's just say that would be roughly a little bit double than the all-time high. So if we went to something like Shib, right? If we went to something like Shib, we can see the market cap in terms of the all-time high was 35 billion. So yeah, 70 billion, 70 to 80 billion is actually more than realistic, which would be roughly a 10x this cycle, right? I think that is more than realistic. You got to realize 80 billion market cap is a lot for a coin, especially a meme coin. But like I said, the 2.2 and the 1.6 are very realistic expansions. Of course, there's a chance it goes to 3.2 or even the 4.23, but I don't want to sell you a dream that might not happen. Of course, if we see, price continue to pump and be strong, and there's no signs of slowing down at 2.2, then of course we'll be making future update videos, obviously depending how well this video does. That is ultimately it, ladies and gentlemen. I love you guys so much. If you want to contact me or get into the private community, highly recommend doing so, as we do also discuss other meme coins that have insane potentials, short-term flips, a portfolio review. If you want to review your portfolio, guys, the next few months are going to be really, really critical, so you don't want to have any crap coins. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.